Dear students, today we shall learn a new topic on the reforms of Radha Kishore Manikya and the Birendra Kishore Manikya in the history of Tripura. As you know that Birchand Manikya is known as the father of modern Tripura, and after his demise, his son took over the charge of Tripura. He became the Maharaja in 1896, and his name was Radha Kishore Manikya. So, dear residents, today we shall learn about his reforms, about his contribution towards the history of Tripura, and to know and assess the main role of Radha Kishore Manikya and his son Birendra Kishore Manikya. As you know that the reforms which were initiated during the era of Birchand Manikya were carried forward by his beloved son Radha Maharaja Radha Kishore Manikya. He was a progressive ruler like his father who wanted to modern Tripura. He wanted to make Tripura fully modernized. So, what was his contribution in the history of Tripura? We shall study step by step. Now, first and foremost reforms made by Maharaja Radhakishore Manikya was in the field of education. The king reformed the system of education by introducing many modern trends. He established many schools and he focused on the um, education side in order to make Tripura a modern state. The king was very influenced by the European methodology and tried to bring changes based on their way of working. The period witnessed many reforms in the health department and police department also. The agricultural policies of the state were also reformed as most of Tripura's economy sustained on its cotton and tea production. The king did away with the oppressive control of the ones who were extracting unfair land revenue in order to get more revenue from land. Many new land reforms were implemented by Radha Kishore Manikya. We can say with surety that Radha Kishore Manikya was known to be a benign ruler. He always encouraged the welfare of his subjects. His main aim was Prajasukhi Sukhi Rajyam. He was totally devoted and dedicated towards the welfare of his subjects. I think you may be knowing the fact that the Victoria Memorial Hospital in Agartala was built by him only. The restoration work of the palace was undertaken by resources which were the funds of the taxpayers. The king declared the restored palace as common property of people of the state as well as of royal family. He was a next reform was in the sense of literature and learning. He was a great patron of learning and literature. He profusely assisted Rabindranath Tagore in establishing the Shantiniketan Vidyalaya at Bolpur. The Maharaja Radhakishore Manikya gave regular assistance to Vishwabharati and the Bengal Technical Institute. This was located in Calcutta. Maharaja Radhakishore Manikya wanted the population of Tripura to be educated. For this, he established a free college in Agartala. However, the college had to be discontinued due to pressure from the British government. The period witnessed a lot of cultural growth. Regarding his, the first literary conference was held in Agartala. The king invited Rabindranath Tagore to be part of his conference. In order to promote literature, he gave liberal grants to Jagdish Chandra Bose and Hemchand Banerjee. The king was a true Vaishnav and encouraged his subjects to follow Vaishnavism at a great level, and as per his views, it was on the basis of pessimism that the real aim of life can be attained. Radhakishore Manikya, the son of Maharaja Veerchand Manikya, was also a great reformer. His administration was marked by his attempt for consolidation of the reform of his father. He contributed to the administrative reform of the foundation of an executive council consisting of 6 members on a sound basis with rules of procedure and powers delegated from the Maharaja. He formed an Amatya Sabha consisting of 5 members, including the Yuvraj. He separated the police and revenue departments and placed his 2 sons at the head of these 2 departments. One was the head of the police department, other was the head of the revenue department, and both these departments were separated by his great reforms. By separating the 2 departments, he received the revenue officers from police duties and placed the police department under the charge of an officer trained in the Western military training. Next reform of Maharaja Radhakishore Manikya was in judicial form. He introduced judicial reforms by reorganizing Khas Appeal Adalat with great number of judges, by creating the post of Munsif, but that is magistrate, and the collector of revenue, by appointing an honorary of magistrate, by establishing a long hierarchy of colors to feed the Mufassil areas, and abolishing some like the courts of sub-judges, session courts, and appeal courts to relieve the people from the hazards of too many appeals for a final decision in a single case. And it was due to the reforms of Maharaja Radhakishore Manikya that reorganization of the secretariat took place. The Khas Sarista was separated from the private secretary office, rules were framed for the Department of Royal Household to prevent corruption. He introduced a modern system of education, a state civil service, reformed health and agriculture, and police department on the lines of European model. It was during his reign that land revenue was increased. However, the institutions established by him were not at all democratic. The channel of communication between the people and the ruler was like the medieval times. So, dear students, I think you may have known many things about the reforms of Maharaja Radhakishore Manikya, who followed the footprints of his father to modernize Tripura in a better manner. And in his time, really, it was the administration of the common people, because his taste in literature, his taste in you can say in land, his taste in other artistic activities were also very profound. So that was the reforms of Maharaja Radhakishore Manikya. Now let us come to the reforms of Virendra Kishore Manikya from 1909 to 1923 AD. And as you know that Virendra Kishore Manikya took over the throne of Tripura in November 1909. The prince was 26 years old. At such a young age, he was able to bring about many reforms in Tripura. He continued with the modern policies initiated by his father Radhakishore Manikya. Many administrative and welfare reforms were started during his period. Virendra Kishore Manikya wanted to promote education in the state, as he felt that all changes will benefit the people only if they were educated. And as per Virendra Kishore Manikya, education was the main source to change the life of the people of Tripura. So he started the civil service examination in order to select the suitable candidates who will be capable of taking up the administrative duties of the state. In 1909, the king appointed officials at the post of chief secretary, police superintendent, and deputy superintendent of police was done to promote the smooth functioning of the government. In order to reduce crime in the state, in 1911, the new Arms Act and the Penal Code Amendment Act were implemented. Virendra Kishore Manikya wanted the state of Tripura to flourish. For this, he wanted to explore the natural resources of the state to the fullest. During the period of Virendra Kishore Manikya, the tea industry was given immense impetus. In order to educate people well about the farming technique, a school of agriculture was established in the state. In 1916, the Burma Oil Company was allotted a formal license by the king to explore the oil, natural gas, and mineral reserves of the state. A silk weaving unit was established by him in Agartala. Like his ancestors, the king was a talented composer and a skillful artist too. So he, like his father, Radha Kishore Manikya, Virendra Kishore Manikya took many steps to promote art and literature in Tripura. He set up the Ujjanta Drama Company, which encouraged young artists to exhibit to their talent in the field of drama. You might have seen the Lakshmi Narayan temple, which is known as Durgabari, and you will be astonished to know that the Lakshmi Narayan temple, that is Durgabari, was constructed during his time, during his period. The current residence of the government of Tripura, that is Pushbanta Palace, was built during his time. In 1913, when Rabindranath received the Nobel Prize for his contribution in the field of literature, King Virendra Kishore Manikya planned an impressive function in his honor in Agartala. Besides donating a substantial amount to aid the running of Santiniketan, the king helped in establishing a hospital for the residents of Santiniketan. The period of Virendra Kishore Manikya is considered as one of the most modern phases in the history of Tripura. The king not only carried out the reforms initiated by his predecessors, like his grandfather Maharaja Virendra Kishore Manikya, his father Maharaja Radha Kishore Manikya, but also he encouraged many reforms which helped the economy of Tripura. The period of modernization started in 1862 during the reign of Veer Chandra Manikya. The period before that witnessed weak rulers who were not able to implement any land reforms, which led to poor generation of revenue. The rulers were pro-British, and in order to appease them, they forced the people to pay unfair taxes. This led to the revolt by the tribal population as well. When Birendra Kishore Manikya died in 1923 AD, the reign could not be taken over by his son. Veer Vikram was still a minor, hence the Council of Ministers took over the administration of the state with the same spirit as his father. The king was keen to promote all-round development of Tripura as well as to have the main reforms to be continued in Tripura. So, dear residents, it was the greatest contribution of the Maharaja that the reconstruction of the state civil service was in a systematic manner and in modernized form. That credit goes to Maharaja Virendra Kishore Manikya. During his reign in 1910, the revival of the post of assistant political agent was approved. But on the suggestion of the king, a resident political agent at Agartala was appointed in the state. In 1922, Tripura state had direct political relation with the government of India. At the same time, the post of residential political agent was abolished, and the collector of Tripura was again appointed as the ex officio political agent. By a sanad of 1st January 1919, the title of Maharaja was conferred on the rulers of Tripura as a hereditary distinction. In the same manner, the title of Manikya was recognized by the government as hereditary, and its use with the suffix Bahadur was permitted. Maharaja Veer Vikram Manikya, the son of Maharaja Virendra Kishore Manikya, ascended the throne in AD 1923, that is, after his death. So, it was the very good reformative acts of Maharaja Radha Kishore Manikya and Maharaja Virendra Kishore Manikya, his son. I think you might have enjoyed the class in a very good manner. And to sum up, we can see with surety that it was due to the great contribution of father and son, father Radhakishore Manikya and son Virendra Manikya, that the modernization of Tripura seemed to be very, very pivotal and practical after Maharaja Bhrind Kishore Manikya. So that was a very good session. Thank you very much for your patience listening.